This is the Dodgers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers POSTCAST on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. Tonight's episode brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account. Use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Well, it's like we're living in the upside down world. The Angels are beating the Dodgers by outscoring them. Absolute insanity. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Three things that I took from this game. Kershaw got the start, his first start of the season, and he was basically effective. You know, it's tough to dominate when you've got an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. But then, you know, when you're facing Tyler Anderson, who also has an 89-mile-an-hour fastball, it kind of evens out. But it's just like a nail-biting, you know, fighting with one arm tied behind your back kind of a thing. The Dodgers did finally kind of get to the Angels bullpen to make it a one-run game, but in the end they lose. So I guess they didn't get to the bullpen, as the bullpen preserved the win. And Freddie, after an 0 for yesterday, back on the horse today. 4 hits with a batting average now over 370. He is red hot, but can't win the games by himself.
This is what you'll be talking about.
You know, everyone that went to this game, watched this game, had any interest in this game is saying the same thing. What? The Angels beat the Dodgers again? Angel fans are saying it. Dodger fans are saying it. Everyone's like, and it wasn't like they beat him 4-2 or 4-3, 11-9. It's craziness. The Dodger bullpen just faltered all over the place again. Kirby Yates takes the loss. Kasperius, who had been very, very good, if you consider an ERA just over 1, except for one silly game, very good. And I do. He had an ERA, I think it was 1.06. If you take out that stupid Cubs game where they shellacked them 16-0, and they were like, well, Kasperius has to wear it. And we spent half of the show that night discussing why. Couldn't figure out why Kasperius had to wear it. No one has explained it to me yet. But if you take that game out where he gave up like 6 runs or something, his ERA 1.06. Well, tonight it went up, because even with those 6 runs, his ERA was like 2.5. It's now 3.26 after he gave up 2 runs on 3 hits over 2 1/3. The Kershaw line looks like this: 5 runs, 5 hits, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts, 1 home run over 4 innings, 38 pitches to get out of the first inning. Then he had 11 in the second, so he calmed down a little bit. I'm curious. Some of the comments were about the end of the game and not the start of the game. I haven't seen anything from you guys as to how you feel about the Kershaw outing. Good enough. Here's Nando. Kershaw pitching. You knew this was going to be a loss. They didn't lose because of Kershaw, Nando. It didn't help as they were down early. They had to fight back, but they did right away. Pajes, 3-run homer, 400 feet, bottom of the first to tie the game at 3. So it's not Kershaw's fault, but I just look at it and go, you know, they tried to make us feel during the game that it's not just a feel-good story because Kershaw is coming back from yet another offseason surgery, multiple surgeries. It's not just that. He's got to go out there and be effective, and he knows that. He's not just, oh, you know, I'm here for the heartwarming story. No, it's like I realize that, I mean, Kershaw is one of the most competitive guys you're ever going to meet. So most professional athletes are. Let's be clear about that. But sorry. Most quick little aside, most names or handles for the people that are commenting, or initials or something that means something to them, but not anybody else. This, without a doubt, in over a year and a half of me doing this, the postcast, is my favorite handle for anybody. Jazz flute. I play the jazz flute from Anchorman, of course. Stop trotting out Kershaw like a circus act. The guy should have retired gracefully. Totally agree. I really do hope that it's soon, like at the very worst at the end of this year. But yeah, I mean, he's not just going out there to be like, oh, it's a heartwarming story. He wants to be competitive. They need him to be competitive to burn up innings. It's, you know, it's a situation where I feel like they're giving him a little bit more of a benefit of the doubt because he is Kershaw and he can be effective. But I just don't know. I mean, I don't know how Tyler Anderson is the Angels' best pitcher. I mean, he's Kershaw, just a little bit younger. I mean, I guess it's why they're 18 and 25. But they beat our ass 2 nights in a row. Johnny Owen, Kershaw, and our bullpen were complete ass. Well, I guess this is more of a venting session than anything. I think I'm most frustrated by the fact that when the Dodgers are putting up runs, putting up these big innings, you know, making a big comeback, rallying, all of that. Bats are hot. Runners are scoring. You know, they turn right around and the bullpen gives the lead right back, as the Angels had a 5-run inning there. After the Dodgers took the lead in the bottom of the 6th, they gave up a 5-run frame in the 7th. They added 1 in the bottom of the 7th, did the Dodgers, to make it a 2-run game. But that 6th inning, I thought, okay, you know, here we go. Things are turning around. Dalton rushing a ground rule double, which if it would have hit the wall, it would have been good for another run or 2, I believe, at least 1 more. Conforto would have scored. Then Conforto scored on a wild pitch to make it 6-5. And then Ohtani grounded into a double play, so no RBI, but a run scored there. So 7-5. And you're thinking, all right, here we go. We've turned it around. I guess it wasn't really that thrilling of an offensive display and output there. The Dalton rushing double. The other runs came in, you know, as gifts, basically grounding into a double play and then a wild pitch. So, but you think that, you know, okay, we're now in the lead. Bullpen should be able to hold it. And even if the Angels come back and kind of tie the game or make it tight, we should be able to get to this bullpen. Have I mentioned yet that the Angel bullpen is the worst bullpen in all of baseball, ERA wise? Their ERA is almost 7. Craziness. And the Dodgers, they got 1. Yeah, they got 1. 7th inning was interesting. Rushing another single. He's the deal, right? He is the real deal, I should say. Has shown up from the minor leagues with a ton of expectation on his shoulders, hanging over his head, and has produced right away. So that's good to see. And I think he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Muncy clutched up, single to left, going opposite field. Freeman scored. Pajes to second. That made it 10-9. But that's where it all ended. So you look at that and you say, oh, so close, you know. Again, it's baseball. That's the way it goes. You know, you can't predict this stuff. You really, really, really can't.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
For the Dodgers, you got to give it to Freddie Freeman with 4 hits, getting that average up to 375 to be specific. The OPS at a little over 1,100. The slug is at 680. 4 hits, 2 runs scored with 5 at-bats today for Freddie Freeman. Honorable mention to Dalton rushing, 2 for 5 with 2 RBI and a run scored today. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. Don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince with the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast, Monday through Friday, right here on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. We appreciate you allowing us to be your source for your team every day right here on Locked On. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel. Where is that script? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Disappeared on me. Here we go. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live during the game with player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays. Fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. You can also get $200 bonus dollars if you're lucky on your first $5 bet. Go to FanDuel.com. It's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. If that one wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Tonight's episode also brought to you by Game Time. You ever decided at the last minute to head to a ball game? And I think baseball happens a little bit more last minute than other sports because there's so many games. We'll catch the next one tomorrow. Football, it's like you spend the whole month or week planning the whole situation. But baseball, you can wait till the last minute, get your buddy, get the family, make it a game day, and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes it possible. Last-minute tickets will save you big-time dollars. You can also see the view from the seat, so you'll know exactly where you're going to be. You're not going to be too far away or too high up, or unless you want to be. And that is a beautiful bonus feature of Game Time that I really appreciate. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONMLB. That's Locked On MLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. All right, Dodgers fight back. They battled. They tried to make it a comeback. They did lead at one point, but could not hold on to that lead. They fall 11-9 and are still one shy of 30 wins on the season, 17-5 at the Ravine, and have fallen behind the Detroit Tigers for the best record in baseball. Angels still in last place after winning tonight, 19-25, 6 games back of the Mariners. As for the National League West, Padres lost tonight. They've lost 2 in a row as well. So, they are still a game behind the Dodgers. Giants squeaked one out tonight as they've won back-to-back games, 5-5 over their last 10. Diamondbacks and Rockies were locked up tonight in a high-scoring affair that the Rockies actually won their 8th win of the season. That's right, 8 wins for the Rockies. They were joking during the broadcast that Bud Black probably fell on the sword. He went into the GM's office and said, "Please fire me. If you fire me, you can use it as a motivation factor for this team." It's like, that would be funny. I've wondered for a long time how Bud Black has had that job because they haven't been good for quite a while. Dodgers tonight, also not great, the bullpen was shaky at best. Kasparis, as I said, 2 runs on 3 hits, over 2 1/3. Kirby Yates, I think he left with an injury. He only pitched 1/3 of an inning. He gave up 3 runs on a home run. That was to Ohapi, who had a 5 RBI night. That dude was on fire. Garcia, 1/3 of an inning to get out of it. He gave up just 1 hit and 1 walk. Tanner Scott came in, 2 strikeouts over an inning, and Vesia gave up that insurance home run to Cruz to make it 11-9. Don't know that it would have changed much. The 9th inning was pretty uneventful for the Dodgers, other than the Will Smith 1-out hit. Ohtani grounded out weakly. Some of you thought, I've seen this a couple of times in the comment, that here's BL Boyd with the thought, Kim should have been hitting for Conforto. F his feelings or his confidence. He sucks anyway and will be gone by the postseason. So who cares? Look, there's a fair amount of player moves and decisions that need to be made here in the very near future. I stumbled into a story. I think it was on Instagram or Facebook or I don't know, something. And yes, I still go to Facebook on occasion. But the story was basically Tommy Edman is right around the corner. He should be back tomorrow or Monday at the latest. And Teoscar Hernandez is right around the corner as well. So they got to free up 2 spots. Probably not going to be Dalton Rushing, right? Because they don't have another catcher if they get rid of him. So he's locked in after getting rid of Austin Barnes. And Hae-Sung Kim has been too good to get rid of at this point. I don't think anybody would have a problem with them sending James Outman back to AAA or trying to find a trade for him. That's a first move more than likely. And then the second one, the subsequent move to get the second roster position is potentially Chris Taylor. I don't think there is another option. Unfortunately, they've proven with the Austin Barnes move that the whole, hey, you've meant a lot to the organization and you're a veteran thing goes a little way, but not a long way. I don't think it means all that much anymore to them. The youth movement is probably more important, as it should be. This team needs some youth. You got plenty of veterans around, plenty of veterans. There's Miggy Rojas there for you, Kike Hernandez. You've got veterans all over that place coming off the bench. You don't need another one like Chris Taylor, who is just severely underperforming. So, I mean, let's put it to you this way. If it was Conforto or Chris Taylor, which one are you going to make a move on? I mean, Conforto has not been great, but he is coming around. And Chris Taylor's a guy that comes off the bench that you can live without. You can live without Conforto as well. 1 for 3 today, his average at 175. He has started to find a little bit of a rhythm. He's not red hot by any stretch. He's not Andy Pajes, but Max Muncy's found his way. I would assume that Conforto will as well, but he's definitely underperformed since the acquisition. I just don't think they're going to make a move for him when you've got Chris Taylor sitting there on the bench at the end of his deal. Like his deal comes to an end at the end of this season. You know, Hae-Sung Kim can do everything that Chris Taylor can do, and he can do it better. Dalton Rushing can play the outfield too. He's not solely a catcher. So I think that's my prediction as to what happens with the player moves, the transactions over the next couple of days. I believe it will be James Outman and Chris Taylor to make room for Tommy Edman and Teoscar Hernandez, but we will wait and see. Fun game, exciting game, back and forth, teeter-totter, up and down. Anybody could have won it, but the Angels did. 11-9. The final, and the final thought I had about this game that is was extremely frustrating to me from a fundamental standpoint was that botched rundown. I cannot stand in Major League Baseball when professionals F up a rundown. Come on. I mean, that was just Little League at its finest. If I was Doc, I'd be like, before the game tomorrow, you guys are running and then you're going to practice rundowns. It's just unforgivable. It's not why they lost this game, but that kind of stuff cannot happen. Who knows, though? It could have changed the entire tone of this game, because if they get out of that first inning a little sooner, I don't know if any runs scored after that, but Kershaw he threw 38 pitches in the first inning, and that would have been the third out of the inning. So he gets out a little bit sooner, and who knows? But bottom line is that kind of lack of fundamentality, if that's a word, just can't happen. Angels win this one 11-9. They've beaten the Dodgers on back-to-back nights, and the Dodgers will look to salvage one in this series tomorrow. First pitch a little after 1 o'clock. Let's see who the probables are. It'll be Tony Gonsolin, who's been very good since returning. 2-0, 2.81 ERA, and a 1.06 whip. He's had 21 Ks versus Kikuchi, who comes in with an 0-4 record, a 3.72 ERA, 1.47 whip, 43 Ks. He's given up 22 walks and 7 home runs. The Dodgers will need to get to him early. I'm Pete Fox. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out Jeff and Vince during the week, Monday through Friday. They'll give you a more in-depth examination of what is going on in the Dodger universe. And I'll be here tomorrow right after the game to break it down for you with an instant reaction on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Take care. Have a good night. We'll talk tomorrow.